Okay, so for today's video, I decided that I wanted to do an advice video about long distance relationships. I was in one, so I thought I could give some helpful advice. And I know when I was in the situation, I was looking up every YouTube video I could find to try to get advice. So hopefully this can help someone. Also, I said in my last video, my editor isn't working for some reason, so I'm gonna just try to do this all in one take. So sorry if I just mess up or something, but yeah, I have some notes written down, so if I look down, that's why. Okay, so before we get into the advice, or the tips on how to make it easier, I guess, two things you should know. First of all, I really don't think you should be in a long distance relationship unless it's absolutely necessary. You have to be very much so in love with them, you have a future planned out with them, I don't think you should do it if you're just younger and you kind of like them, you're not sure if you want to do it, because long distance relationships are so hard. It's heartbreaking, and don't put yourself through that if you don't have to. Only do it if it's absolutely necessary and if you know that that's the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because otherwise you're kind of just wasting your time, and when you're younger, you might think your relationship is going to work out, but a lot of times it doesn't. Your first relationships, sometimes your 10th relationship, you could go through so many and it doesn't work out. I'm lucky because I'm young and I got married, but most people are older after they get married, so if you're still in high school or middle school, I definitely would not recommend this. Go live your life, be with other people. Don't make yourself go through being in a long distance relationship if you don't have to. Okay, second of all, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, you have to make sure that you trust them 100%. This person cannot have lied to you before. It's gonna be really hard, you have to have your complete trust in them, because you don't know what they're doing all the time. They can tell you one thing and they could be doing something completely different. So you really have to build that trust with them beforehand, or it's just not going to work out. Okay, so after you've gotten all of that out of the way, okay, my first tip is make sure that you have your next time that you're going to see them planned. So that way, all right, some people are luckier than others and they can see their girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife. Me and my husband were, married at the time. We were long distance for all. But a lot of people are luckier and can see them every weekend or something. Maybe you're only a couple hours away. I wouldn't really consider that long distance. I consider long distance you go a couple months without seeing them at least. So say that you have to wait every 3 months, around there, then you can see your significant other. Then make sure you have that date planned in way ahead in advance, so that way when you're leaving, when you get to meet up with them and you have to say bye again, you can say, bye, I'll see you on this day, 3 months from now, I can't wait for that, so that way when you're on the airplane home or whatever, you can be okay, today marks 90 days until I can see them, so you have something to look forward to. You're not just okay, bye, I'll see you whenever, see you when I see ya, because that's so much harder. It's always so much easier if you know exactly the next time you're gonna see them. Okay, so then the next thing is don't FaceTime every single day or Skype or whatever, because you can only have so much to say, and you don't want to wear it out. You want FaceTiming them and Skyping them to be somewhat special. Yeah, go ahead a few times a week, that's fine, but every day for hours, that's just too much. And one of my friends did this, and he didn't hang out with anyone anymore. All he did was FaceTime his girlfriend that lived so far away, and he just stopped hanging out with his friends. And you need friends during this, because they're gonna take your mind off of it and they're gonna help you feel better and stuff, so don't isolate yourself. Don't just go and spend all your time with this person online. You need to get out there and have things to talk about later on. Okay, oh yeah, so a lot of advice that I saw about long distance relationships is to watch movies together while you're FaceTiming or something. But what me and my husband did is we would have a show, so American Horror Story. We had a couple other ones Scream Queens and stuff like that. So every week we'd pick a certain day and we'd watch those shows together. So we would just download them illegally, but like you can like get them on iTunes, or you know, however you can do it, or like video TiVo it, whatever it's called. But yeah, so do that, and then have like, we did it like Saturday afternoons. So we would both get the same food. We both get Taco Bell because I'm obsessed with Taco Bell. Or you know, you could do whatever you want. Like both make something to eat and then call each other and be like, okay, like are you sitting down? Do you have your food ready and stuff? And we'd be like, yep, we're good. And so we're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, start. And then we'd hang up and then we'd text each other during it, but we didn't have to the whole time. So we could like enjoy the show and then text each other like, oh my god, did you just see that? Like that's so crazy and stuff. But we're not, sorry, my back is you know, so we're not just like sitting there on FaceTime like staring at each other the whole time, and that way afterwards we could like text each other like, oh my god, that was so crazy, like, you know, and talk about it. So that way it's not just like a one-time thing like movies, it's like you have something to look forward to every single week. So that was really nice. And then, oh, and like another good thing about that is then you're like, oh, we only have like 4 more episodes left until we get to see each other. You know, if you have 4 more weeks left and if you watch one every week. So it makes it go by quicker, and it gives you something to look forward to. Like it feels like a date, you know, that you do every single week. So that's nice. And then another thing, okay, so like I said before, this is the last tip. Like I said before about you don't want to like isolate yourself. You also don't want to go to the other extreme. So you want to hang out with your friends, and you know, you want to have like nice relationships with your friends because you will need them. Like it's gonna be really hard. There's gonna be times where you're really sad and you just want to go do something, but don't put yourself in bad situations. Don't go out and get super drunk where somebody could take advantage of you, because you don't have like your boyfriend there. I mean, I'm just talking about from my experience, like, you know, I'm like a small girl, like people could take advantage of me, and I don't have, you know, my husband there to like help me out or something. And if I wasn't like with my best friends and I didn't have like a set plan on like they're gonna bring me back somewhere, you know, so it's just not a good situation to put yourself in. So because guys will just see like single girls and they'll try to get them drunk, you know, try to like get them high, you know, whatever. And you know, a lot of people do take advantage of, you know, girls like that. So just don't overdo it. Don't make your husband, don't make your boyfriend or whoever, you know, too worried that you're like going out all the time. Of course, enjoy yourself, but just be careful and don't put yourself in a situation where you could do something that you'll regret, because then you're just gonna lose, like, your significant other will lose all trust in you. And that's really bad because, I mean, long distance relationship really rely on trust. Like, you really have to trust this person because, you know, that's all it is, you know? So anyways, hopefully this is somewhat helpful. My camera's about to die, so I can't really make it too much longer. But yeah, just if you're in a long distance relationship right now, I know it's hard, but it will get better. Just make sure, oh yeah, the most important thing, make sure that you have like an end date. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you're doing this for a reason. Make sure that there's going to be a time where you guys are living near each other, you know? So it's not just like, oh, I guess we're going to do long distance for like however many years. Like, you need to have like a real reason to be doing this and an end goal, okay? So just keep going. I promise you'll reach that goal in no time. And then when you're finally together all the time, it'll be so worth it because you'll be so much closer. Like, this has really brought me and my husband so much closer that we had to be away from each other, and we trust each other so much. And yeah, it's great. And we can go without each other and it's not a big deal. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.